we are heading off from the hotel. To me the car felt a bit sort of lumpy this morning. I'm not sure if that's just because it's a bit colder here. It's like 4.5 degrees Celsius, so it's a little bit lumpier, I would say. A little bit colder here in Geneva, so maybe that's just explains it. But yeah, it didn't feel very sort of like, you know, like normally I start it up, it feels quite smooth straight away. So yeah, interesting, it's feeling that way really. So yeah, again, is that a problem? I don't know. But yeah, we're just gonna plod on and see if you know, we've got the breakdown cover, haven't we? And we can't just stop because we think something feels a bit weird. You know, we don't want to call people up just for no reason. So yeah, I think we've got to carry on, try and find a Swiss vignette, because we don't really know what the right place is to get that at the moment. We've only been through a different Swiss border where they were selling them on the border, so hopefully it's same here. And I think they're pretty efficient at trying to sell them to you, so let's see how we get on. And but yeah, it does feel a little bit lumpy personally, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. I just went under a barrier, so just checking that the camera hasn't come off the top. It was pretty high, I think 2.5 meters, so it should be well within it. But yeah, just strange. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, doesn't feel right this morning, this car, I'd say. I feel quite different to yesterday, but let's see it get up to temperature, and you know, let's crack on and see what happens basically. Hopefully we're just again being a bit paranoid. I wasn't able to do an oil level check because you need to wait for the engine to get warm, and I haven't done that, so we'll probably do that at some point, you know, early on the route, and see if anything has changed with the oil level. So hopefully there won't be a massive difference from yesterday, but we'll have to find out. Anyway, we're heading on towards the border. to find a vignette. We found a Shell garage in central Geneva, because yeah, there didn't seem to be an obvious way to get a vignette on the border. I mean, probably there is, but maybe we just didn't see it. So yeah, now we're just trying to make our way out of Geneva really and get on around the lake and head on to Izola, where our next stop will be. So we'll be going across like Switzerland and then through Italy, past Milan I think, and then across the top of Italy and then out to the Adriatic coast, I think it is, isn't it, Rach?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're cracking on. Car hasn't overheated. It does feel a bit sort of sluggish to me today, but maybe that's just the temperature and it needing to get up. I don't know, but let's see. Let's just crack on. This car keeps confounding us. Whenever we think we're just going to break down, it seems to crack on. So I don't know, the oil hasn't changed, has it? We did an oil measurement. It hasn't changed since yesterday when we did a check at the hotel. Hasn't really changed since back at our last fuel station, which was like quite a few hundred kilometers back, maybe like 300 odd kilometers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're hoping not to fill up in Switzerland, so because obviously it's more expensive, the fuel here, so we're going to try our best to sort of get through to Italy and then probably fill up in Italy. We had a bit of fun trying to get the vignette on, but it's kind of weird. It looks like it should be stuck on front ways, but it's kind of gets stuck on backwards. So when you get one, don't panic. Basically it peels off and then you stick it on. You'll see the like the date seems to like kind of be on both sides. So there's a 24 on both sides, and I was thinking, oh, it'll look back to front, but it's not. Once you actually pull it off the bit of paper, it makes sense. But yeah, we're just hoping that we don't get stuck in too much traffic now. Which way is it taking us, Rach? Is it trying to take us around? Which way is it going around the lake? Because it doesn't look like it's going the way I expected it.
I'm not sure. So I can't
yeah, so Rachel's going to have a look at that. No, you'll have to use my phone, I think. Basically, looks to me like it's going around the other side of the lake now, which I don't know if we want that, but maybe we do. I mean, I think at this stage we're just going to have to go whichever way it takes us. The other way is an hour slower, so what way is it taking us?
It wasn't taking us that way.
But the other way was slower, was it? Or well, if you quickly do it before this changes, because we're in a red light at the moment. So
now it's taking us.
Right, but that'll get us there quite late, won't it? I'm not sure we can do that. Well, what was the other route?
The other route was going down.
Does it go around the lake?
It doesn't
go around the lake at all.
Chamonix. And Mont Blanc.
Yeah, I think set it to the other way maybe then.
Which way?
The way that you just
Above
had
the
it.
lake.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be an extra hour on the journey though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a worry, but I think it'll be okay. Right, it's going to get me to turn round now, I think. But I think that's the more picturesque route, is it? Do you think?
I think so, yeah. And I don't know around the Mont Blanc area and stuff.
Are we meant to be going down here?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know where I am. Anyway, yeah, so we are sort of trying to work our way out of Geneva.
You might have just missed a turn.
I've just missed a turn in, yeah. Okay, so this isn't good. Yeah, I'm not having a good day, unfortunately. Again, we're sort of really struggling. Yeah, it's gone quite a bit now. It's changed the route completely again, I think, Rach.
Yeah.
It's changed the route again. Yeah, so we're having a lot of problems this morning, just trying to, because we didn't realise that normally you just get the vignette on the border, away you go. Oh no, it's a ferry, Rach. We can't go on a ferry. It's just trying to take us on a ferry. Just set it to another route, set it back. Yeah, so set it back to the easy route. Just set it back to the easy route, yeah. We're gonna have to go the norm. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do that. We wanted to drive around the lake, but it looks like we're not going to be able to drive around the lake, which is a bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. We need to prioritise not getting to places too late, I think. and we've got stuck in rush hour traffic in Geneva, so there isn't really much we can do about it. It's a shame, isn't it? So we wanted to drive around the lake, but I don't think you see that much of the lake really anyway. You kind of go mostly on a motorway around it, I think, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
I think we've got to prioritise not arriving somewhere massively late, because we're staying in a sort of apartment place, and that probably will, like, it'll be a bit manual. We'll have to deal with the person who's running it. I don't know if it'll be like self-check-in, and often with these places they'll kind of ask you what time you're arriving. They'll, you know, I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not quite like a hotel where you can just turn up and get on. So let's see. I mean, it may not be like that at all. They might have a key box or something. Emily. Yeah, there might be a key box, so I don't know. So yeah, we're just gonna find our way out of Geneva, and then we're gonna get on the road and see where we get to. So we are getting to see a tiny bit of the lake. We're going round sort of the centre of Geneva now. We're going round the kind of the lakefront, if you like, in the city. It's not the part of the lake we really wanted to go to. We wanted to kind of go right round to Lausanne and like down through Montreux and stuff. And unfortunately, it just doesn't look like that's viable today, does it? You know, looking at what it was saying, the time, and also it said something about a ferry crossing, which I don't, you know, when I was researching it all, I didn't really come across that. So yeah, I'm a bit confused. This is what happened though. You get out on the road, you do some travelling, and things start to develop, you know, challenges and issues start to happen to you, so you don't necessarily see the things you expected to see. Just going past Hotel d'Angleterre. I came here myself actually and did a little video. I think it was like a few weeks ago now, maybe a month ago. Yeah, so you're looking out. Yeah, so Emily's spotted the lake now, I think. And yeah, it's a shame it's raining as well this morning. It's a little bit spitting with rain. So it's not like heavy rain or anything, but it's certainly not good weather. So probably not the best day to see the lake anyway. But I think we're going to be going down through Chamonix and through Mont Blanc, you know, so we might get some really picturesque roads on the route. So, you know, it might be a blessing in disguise that we're going a slightly different route. So, and of course we'll arrive in Izola at a reasonable time. You know, probably if we stop for lunch now, we might get there around about 6, 7, you know, probably about 7ish or just after. Yeah, it's not going to be, whoa, it's a bike trying to come down the side of me. So this is another thing about driving in like these sort of cities. It's not much fun, I think, because you get little bikes who think they can just get down the side of you. I mean, it's a motorbike, you know, like a little scooter. And I just, yeah, just so risky, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to. I remember we went to Brussels once, didn't we, Rach? And like nearly everybody's bumper was knackered, you know, the back and the front. And you're thinking, so they just knock each other over then? Do you know what I mean? They're not bothered. You know, just, oh yeah, I'll just smack right into you. Right, going across a cool bridge. I walked across this the other week. And yeah, we're kind of going round probably a little bit. I don't know if we're going around any of the lake on the way out, but they're meant to be in these lanes. So yeah, so anyway, the bike's gone forward, so that's good. He's out of the way. But yeah, we're going through a bit of Geneva, so that's not bad. I don't think we were even going to see the centre of Geneva, so because we didn't get to come in last night, did we? No. Rach, and you wanted to see it really. We were a bit disappointed in that. So it was a shame we didn't get to see it. So actually driving through today has given you a little bit of a feel like you've been to Geneva, you know, which is not really true, but you know, we've kind of driven through. You've seen it, you know. You haven't stopped and had a fondue, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? And I'm sure there'll be more pretty places on the route. You know, we're definitely going to be going through some pretty nice countryside, I think. So yeah, hopefully the sun will kick in and we'll get some better weather. I don't know though, because if it's a mountain passes and stuff, I'm more worried that it might be snow. So that's another thing Rach might want to do soon, is just have a quick look to see if there's any issues out there with with weather, because yeah, we might have to go the other route. Okay, anyway, we're going to head on, and if anything changes we'll come back, I guess. Definitely not going through Switzerland. We're now going through the Mont Blanc tunnel, which amazingly costs like 54 euros something, wasn't it? Yeah. So we weren't really expecting that. Yeah, so the oil gauge, we've got like a temperature gauge on here. While we were going up the kind of road, the steep road to get to the tunnel, was sort of going up a bit and then coming back down. I mean, not much over 100, but it has been doing that a bit yesterday, but this is probably the highest past 100 today that I've seen. But it's now back down to pretty much on 100, so I can't, again, this car is very, very odd, where you think something's going to catastrophically go wrong and then suddenly it's fine. So I really don't know. I mean, it's not usual for dodgy cars we bought, is it, Rach?
No.
But usually when we've had a dodgy car, it's broken down. You know, certainly when we bought the cheapest car, remember this is the cheapest X5 F15 in the UK that we bought. I mean, I don't, you know, on the places that I saw, we paid 7,800 for it, and Yeah, the next price one was around about 9,000 something, and that didn't even have the X-Drive. Chloe's getting a bit narky, but yeah, it's yeah, we're going through the Mont Blanc tunnel. It's cost a fortune, but very picturesque up until the tunnel, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like on the other side. I think the other side's in Italy, isn't it, Rach?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're going through. They give you a nice little leaflet for the 54 euros. So yeah, expensive, and we thought we'd be going around the lake today. We thought we'd be going around you know, Lake Geneva, or what, I don't think it's actually called Lake Geneva, but Lake Le Mans, yeah. So, but yeah, the lake near Geneva. Anyway, we're not going to be going around that today. By the looks of it, well, definitely not. But we're hoping, you know, we've gone through some nice countryside, and you know, we kind of want to get to our place of destination as early as possible as well. So, but yeah, we're making our way through the tunnel, and it's, yeah, it's a 70 km/h limit in here, round about sort of 40 miles an hour. Yeah, well, probably about 30. No, 45. Probably about. Yeah, it's probably about 45 miles an hour. And yeah, we're going through, and it's all right. And but yeah, again, this car. I think this is the thing. Like, we haven't been able to properly work out what we're doing with routes, because we've just been focused on worrying about the car breaking down, but it hasn't broken down yet. But we've kind of been just like, oh yeah, it will break down at some point. You know, well, obviously when we set off we didn't think that, but then as soon as we started seeing drivetrain errors, and you know, getting like oil temperatures going a bit high, and you know, oil being burnt too quickly, I think, probably not burnt, but probably leaked, but it is still going, and yeah, we haven't had any other warnings today, I would say. No, only about temperature, because it's quite cold. And again, does the temperature make a difference? I'm sure it probably does. So, you know, we're down to like, we're getting, you know, it's probably been around 3 degrees down to as low as 1 degree. So, you know, I'm guessing, you know, I don't know what kind of antifreeze they've got in this, but it's probably not the best. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to keep cracking on, and hopefully get through into Italy, and you know, I might try and stop and do another oil level check, just see if anything's changed since Geneva, because we're going a little while, but let's see what happens. But hopefully it will be alright. Oh, it was meant to be 30 there. Yes, they're doing roadworks inside the tunnel, it's amazing. So yeah, I think the tunnel closes at like 7 o'clock, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, you'd have to be here at the right time of day, so it's usually open during the day, I think. So I don't know if that's just because of roadworks. But anyway, we're cracking on, and yeah, soon we'll be in Italy by the looks of it. In fact, I think we might be in Italy now, because all the signs are Italian. Yeah. So we're on our way. making our way through Italy. The weather has deteriorated quite a bit, and we now have moved the camera inside the car. To be fair, the camera on the roof did not fail, so we just did it as a precaution because it started to look like a lot heavier. I just don't, I just thought there's no point, we don't know if it's going to really damage the camera. So we brought it in, and now it's sort of looking out the window, which not as good a view. It's what we used to do, to be honest with you, but yeah, unfortunately, we used to do that and it had no rain, and so you had a better view. But it's gonna get something. Anyway, the other bad news is that we stopped for somewhere to eat. It wasn't worth filming that because the food was just pretty basic, and yeah, it was just an auto grill, and it was a bit stressful and cost us 30 quid for like a couple of pizzas or something, so it was pretty bad. Anyway, we did another oil check as we were leaving, and now it is showing that it is on half. So basically we put in a litre of fuel because we had the minimum warning yesterday. We put in a litre of fuel in Paris, in France, and then we got all the way to our first stop in Italy, and it was still showing like 3/4 of it. Then, which, our first stop wasn't that far before Milan, and then we kind of, I don't know if we went like 100 kilometers or maybe a bit more, and then when we stopped to get the food, it was on half. We kind of expected that it would just say, oh yeah, it's 3/4 still. So we're not really sure how they measure the fuel, whether it's in notches. So Rachel was saying she thinks it's like it goes down by a quarter every time, and it's not necessarily a sort of exact amount, but it's kind of now saying that you've got pretty much a half of your, half between min and max. So yeah, so it's a bit worrying. We're a bit nervous. Anyway, we expected it to be on half in Geneva, so whether it's a good thing or not, I don't know. Maybe it was on half in Geneva, but not quite on half, we don't know. Anyway, so we're going to be plugging on towards Izola. We contacted the people whose apartment it is because we didn't know what like the check-in procedures were. So they messaged back and they've said, oh yeah, just call us when you're half an hour away, so that's really good. We were a bit worried, like, oh, I hope they haven't forgotten. Yeah, we had no alert to say that, there was an issue, but yeah, so we're heading through. We're hoping the traffic won't be too bad. It is sort of busy in front though. It's getting near rush hour time, I would say. And yeah, we're just plugging on and hoping that when we get to Izola, that the oil's still showing at half, or is still sort of like better than we expect. So we're not really sure what to think, about the oil situation really. And it's hard to kind of digest it all because you're traveling, so you're worrying about the travel side of things as well as, and getting food and all the normal stuff that you do when traveling. So worrying about the car at the same time isn't ideal. So anyway, we are heading on towards Izola. fill up before Izola. I did another quick oil measurement and it was still around half, so we're pretty confident it just goes down in notches. So when we thought it was a quarter, it was probably just not quite onto a half yet. So that's what we think's happened. I would have filmed the fueling, but to be honest, they kind of do a lot of like kind of attendance stuff here. So the guy will turn up and like try and fill it for you. And I had to explain to him that there was an issue with like it filling slowly, and he totally got it and he was fine. I said, oh, I don't mind doing it, and so I filled it up, and you know, we had a good chat actually, and he was saying like a week ago he was in a t-shirt. You know, so yeah, it was really nice weather a week ago, and now it's like absolutely tipping out with rain and cold. So it was very hot. And I was saying, last time we came through Italy, it was like really, really hot. So yeah, he was like, yeah, you know, a week ago it would have been. So, and we did think about going a week before, so it's a shame that we never managed to. I think it was because it was like school holidays that we decided against it. So that is a shame, but we probably would have had better weather, even if it would have cost more money probably. But anyway, the oil hasn't changed. I guess in the next time we'll see it go down to like a quarter left. So essentially, since France, we would have drank or lost, you know, 750 millilitres of oil. We still have a litre in the boot, so I can put another litre in. And I'm wondering, you know, will it be enough oil to get us to say like, you know, all the way to Bulgaria? Or, you know, will it get us through most of Romania? If it's, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, can we manage it? Can we live with it over the summer? Can we, you know, obviously we need to get somebody to come and look at the car, but if we can't get anybody to repair it, can we just sort of pay the piper when it comes to the oil, you know? So anyway, it's now predicted we'll be around about 8 o'clock in Izola. Around about 7:30 we need to phone the owner of the apartment, and it's absolutely hammering down now. So we just need to, you know, hope that this is the worst weather that we will get, you know, for the trip. But we are seeing that it might be raining tomorrow in Izola. It might be raining in Zagreb, which is another stop that we're going to make. So we just need to see what that means and what that's like. And anyway, you know, it is what it is. Weather's weather. You can't really predict it, so it is what it is. So we are cracking on, and yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. we've made it to Izola, and we're in the apartment that we booked, which we booked through booking.com. And yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it, Rach? Yeah. I mean, it's really quite modern and stylish, and big TV, which we put 40 towers on. But yeah, basically we've already got some pizzas in the oven. It's quite close to a Hoffa, so that's pretty good. We had a bit of fun parking, didn't we? But basically someone had blocked the drive a little bit with their car, so they moved out of the way. You know, got a nice entrance area with some coat racks, which look quite stylish. They're like musical notes. Some other stuff up here, little plant pots and stuff. You know, you've got the main sort of living room area and dining room area along with the kitchen, which is pretty good. It's all nicely sort of contained, isn't it? Yeah. We've got a fridge, which we've added some food to. We've added the food here, which we just got from the Hoffa down the road. Obviously you can put your own food in, but there is a fridge. It's pretty good. And we've got the oven here, which is really good. Cooking a pizza now. Dishwasher, it's really good, isn't it? Yeah, so you got full-on dishwasher. There we go. And a sink, obviously. I wonder what's in this one. It looks like there's a bin and stuff.
I'd close it before closing.
Yeah, and there's some sort of, what's it like, washing tablets, I think, for the dishwasher. That's pretty good. Is there a washing machine?
Yes,
anyway, I'm going to go into, so you've got a nice dining room table, which I've already cluttered up with stuff.
Washing machines in the back.
Sofa here, which I don't know if it's a sofa bed or not, but it shouldn't matter to us because it's a massive sort of king size bed, or it's kind of like, I think it's bigger than that. I think it's like a kind of European king size with a nice little bedside table, and there is a whole wardrobe area, which I'm guessing there will be sort of like space to stick stuff. Just looking for coat hangers really. At the moment there's kind of space to put things in that you could sort of, yeah, there you go. So you've got like kind of shelving areas and also hangers, so that's pretty good. So that's really good. So I'm guessing if you're staying for more than a night, we're only staying for a night unfortunately. So we've got to go to Zagreb. Another little chair down there, pretty cool. And Emily in the corner of the room. You got another bedroom, which is like the kids' bedroom. So it's actually 2 bedrooms, pretty good. So I didn't realise when I booked it that it was a 2 rooms really, with an extra room for Emily to sleep in, with like a kind of roof window. The rain is pretty bad actually tonight, so hopefully that doesn't leak, but it doesn't look like it does. Yeah, some heating in there, some sort of cool little, I'm guessing that's like an IKEA sort of like shelving unit, and you've got like kind of bits that you can pull out and put stuff in. Again, we're only staying for a night, so it doesn't really matter for us. We don't need to do that. There is a balcony out there, but it is very wet tonight, so I'm probably not going to go out there. But it's quite a cool little balcony, so you've got a view. I'm guessing if it was light, you might be able to see down to the sea. So Isola's on the sea, obviously. And now the bathroom, which we've got like a shower here and a toilet. There is a washing machine actually here. That's like one of those top loading washing machines, and like in most places in Europe it's kind of in the bathroom, so that's pretty good. And a boiler which looks like it's working fine because the water temperature is up. Similar sort of thing to what we got in Bulgaria really, which is basically electric boiler, I think. You get a mirror. You won't get me in the mirror when you're here. And a really good sink actually, that's quite premium. It's like a sort of ceramic style one, yeah. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Like a nice, nice setup really. I'm guessing under here is nothing that we need to be bothered about. Oh yeah, cleaning stuff. So yeah, I'm guessing just so you can clean up after yourself if it. but we are only staying a night, so we're unlikely to make much mess. What do you reckon, Rach? Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, big TV.
Yeah,
we stuck the Fire TV in there, and that's all working. Yeah, I mean, it's really good that the Hoffer is literally like a minute's walk away. So, you know, it was closing at 9 and I had to quickly run round to it. And even though it's tipping with rain, I did okay. Looks like there's an air conditioning unit for the summer. So that's pretty handy. Because obviously it should be hot here, but it's not today. But, you know, that is what it is. You know, we are at the end of April, so it's not quite May yet even, is it? So... But yeah, I mean, it's just been a shame. It's been raining all the way, hasn't it? All the way through. When we left Geneva, went into sort of Italy, it kind of just started raining pretty much like in Italy. Well, it was a little bit in Geneva anyway. So yeah, we kind of wish we'd gone around the other way, around the lake, because we probably would have had better weather for a bit. But we would have got here a lot later, so it would have been a bit disruptive for person who had to meet us and let us in and give us the key and what have you. But yeah, really nice place. Just everything we need, isn't it, for a night? Yeah, everything we need. So we're really happy with it. Oh, and there's some, we got some croissants and stuff, but there's a coffee machine, and I think it's a proper espresso style coffee machine, isn't it, Rach? So
yeah.
I'll just flip the camera back. It's like, I think it's a proper espresso maker, so yeah, if you know what they are, they're pretty easy to use. Looks like they've got a Chromecast here. I will not give the Wi-Fi password. Looks like they've got a Chromecast. This is our Fire TV remote here, but they did have a Chromecast when we arrived. It looked like Netflix was on there, and that might work as well, so might get Netflix included. And of course you've got the control for the air conditioning, which is pretty good. So yeah, I mean, can't really ask for more. You know, it's got everything we need, and probably more than we need actually. And it's certainly bigger than the budget hotel we stayed in last night, and I don't think it cost anywhere near the price. So yeah, so you're saving money by staying sometimes in places like this. But yeah, usually people stay for more than a night really. But we have to move on to Zagreb tomorrow, so we will only be staying a night. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think it's a cool little thing here saying life is a beach, which it isn't today. It's definitely not a beach today. But anyway, life is a bitch maybe, but not a beach. But yeah, so anyway, really good. Chloe's been sort of wandering around and exploring. She's pretty excited. She certainly wasn't enjoying that as much at the Ibis yesterday.
While you were gone, she was wandering around going, shoes, shoes.
She's learned the word shoes now, so she's been going around, shoes, shoes, shoes. Another nice bit of art on the wall here as well. There we go, not sure which artist that is. I'm guessing it's not an original. But anyway, yeah, so that's it really. You know, it's really nice and I'm really happy with it. We're just going to get something to eat and probably then watch a bit of telly and get to bed. Because we're basically, you know, we've been driving all day. So yeah, but the car made it here. No more oil warnings, as in they didn't come on again. The drivetrain error came on again, but went as soon as it came on. So again, just seems to be a bit of a bug in it. Hasn't behaved weirdly. But yeah, we'll do another look at it tomorrow and see if we need to top it up. But I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna get some food, get some rest, and then get to bed, I think.